There is a very big discussion and arguments on social media about why Tanzania has been included in the travel ban and why other countries in general have been in the travel ban. So I want to explain to you why the US government can impose a travel ban to a country, and particularly for the situation in Tanzania, because people are talking about, oh, it's because of election, oh, it's because of human rights, oh, it's because of this thing, oh, it's because of this one. So it's a lot of speculations. But what exactly caused Tanzania to be on the travel ban? For those who know, like when the US President Donald J. Trump get into power, but in the year 2017, on end of February, March, put the first travel ban. And the people refer the nickname of that travel ban as a Muslim ban, because majority of the countries in original travel ban were predominantly Muslim-dominated countries. So, but Tanzania is not a Muslim predominant or dominated country. So that concept of these are the Muslim countries cannot apply or be applicable in that sense. There are so many other reasons. Whether you are a Muslim country, whether you are not, you are subjected to those reasons as to why you are going to be on the travel ban. So things I have to take out of people's mind. Number one is not about religion. Take out that one. And then let's go, and it's not about particularly human rights. It's not about elections. But why Tanzania is in the travel ban. So I'm not going to talk just from my head. I'm going to talk with fact. I'm going to talk with information from the US government they have provided, so that I can be able to explain to you why Tanzania is in the travel ban, and why the US government and even Tanzanian government, even myself, even yourself, you have to believe that Tanzania will be removed from the travel ban very, very soon. In a very short term, Tanzania will be removed. I know many people didn't believe when we heard Tanzania, the first time it's among the considered country in the travel ban. Did they want to put Tasmania or country look like Tanzania, but they made a mistake on the country? Because it was confusing, because we don't have, if you compare Libya situation in Tanzania, they are vastly different situation. So why Tanzania has been one among the countries? So these are the situation why the country, first of all, why the US government is imposing the travel ban. The overall purpose of the travel ban is the US government to protect themselves from any person from certain countries to come here and harm the country. Because we do not know, or the US government doesn't know, who is this person coming to our country. So there are certain standards. US government technically is entering like some sort of agreement, international agreement, that in order your citizens to come to our country, there are certain things you have to share with us so that we can know the status, we can know the criminal record of these people, we can know identity of these people. Are these people possible, can create risk to our country? So if a country shares those information with the US government, you are safe. If you don't share those information, you are likely to get a ban. So this is what they are saying. Why the travel ban overall? So this is, I'm reading from the Department of Homeland Security information, which has been released on January 31st. This is from the Department of Homeland Security, updating exact information. What does that mean? So why? So the US government is explaining the following. First and foremost, it is the fundamental right of any sovereign nation to know exactly who is entering their country and for what purpose. The same as Tanzania, you cannot just show up, you have to explain the purpose of entering to that country, you have to get the visa, they have to look a little bit to a crime record, things of that nature. So for the Department of Homeland Security, we must be able to answer 3 basic questions to determine someone to be admitted to the to be admitted as a foreign national to America. Number 1 question is this person who they claim to be. That means, is this your clear identity? I have the passport. Is this my passport? Is this person Ernest Boniface Makulilo? That's number one. Secondly, do they pose a threat to public security and safety to America? What is the criminal record of this person? And the last question, do they qualify for admission to our country under the Immigration and Nationality Act? So those are the three questions they are looking for. Why? But why should they give you the visa? Then they go further. So when they are considering, they put all the countries into three categories. The categories where they are going to determine, as I explained, if this is your passport, are you the one who claimed to be who you are? The meaning is, the category number one is identity of the person, identity management information. Does a country issue modern electronic passport? Because once you have a modern passport, it will be easier to track the person electronically. That's why you see Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, South Sudan, for instance, and Rwanda, is East Africa, they have issued the new passport they call electronic passport. Almost all over the world, they have this what we call electronic passport. That's number one. So for that case, this doesn't apply for Tanzania because you have an electronic passport. Secondly, on the same category, does a country report on the loss of theft of their national's passport to the Interpol or direct to the United States? If someone loses a passport because someone steals the passport, usually the process of reporting that passport to Interpol and the US. The purpose is, if someone uses that passport to come and harm America, that's the reason. And then, does a country share on a request other identity information that we can use to validate the identity of the passport holder? So all these are into one category, category number one of the identity management information. The second part is the information sharing. Do we share the information with the US government? And these are the things they are asking. Does a country share information on known or suspected terrorists? Does a country share information on criminals in a manner that allows them to be identified prior to the admission to the United States? And does a country share examples of passports so that we can train our officers to detect fraudulent documents or alterations? That is the aspect of information sharing. So there must be a bilateral relationship of sharing this kind of information. And the last part is about terrorism and public safety risk. Does the country pose an elevated risk to the United States due to terrorist travel, crime, or illegal migration? So if the country has any deficit on these areas, the three categories, the country will be having a travel ban. That is the reason for travel ban. So don't bring other reason. I'm not here to talk about the politics of Tanzania. I'm not here to mention any leader. I'm not here to mention any particular person caused what. But these are the things which very minor in my opinion, because sometimes you might not know that we have to do this one. So these are the things. But why I say Tanzania is going to be removed very soon. First of all, these 6 countries, they have better chance of being removed, all of them, compared to the previous travel ban. There is a reason why. I'm going to read here, and I'll give the reason specific for Tanzania. And then I'll go and explain more. So, according to the Department of Homeland Security, as mentioned previously, the 6 countries with a new travel restriction are Burma, Eritrea, Kyrgyzstan, Nigeria, Sudan, and Tanzania. Unlike the previous 7 countries identified in 2017, the good news is that, which apply 100% with Tanzania, the good news is that there are prospects for near-term improvements for these 6 countries. These 6 countries, they have certain principles, certain ways, certain things in place to make it easier to remove or to reduce any deficiencies which cause them to be on the travel ban. Number one, each country, Tanzania in particular, has a functioning government. Each country, Tanzania in particular, or the 6 countries, has a control of its territory. And each country, Tanzania in particular, maintains productive relations with the United States. In addition to that, most of these countries, and Tanzania in particular, have expressed a willingness to work with the United States to address their deficiencies. So, for Tanzanian case, the Tanzanian government and US government have already talked, I believe, to work on these deficiencies. Maybe you didn't report these kind of passports. Maybe you didn't do this one, and then this one they're going to be sought out. Because Tanzania, there is a government, a legitimate government. Tanzania has territory. It's not like a country like Somalia. I'm not going to say bad things about Somalia, but if you look about the system in Somalia and Tanzania is a little bit different, or Libya under travel ban versus Tanzania. You see like the level of operation of the government is a little bit different. So these are the things Tanzania has, which if they work on those one, it will be removed on the travel ban as soon as possible. And I'm going to specifically another mention of Tanzania. So while the other countries, because I said 6 countries, all 6 countries, 4 of them, Eritrea, Nigeria, Burma, Kyrgyzstan, those 4 countries, they have been banned in any immigrant visa. By immigrant visa, any green card of any type, whether by marriage, by lottery, whether by whatever ways, you cannot get immigrant visa. Immigrant visa are the visa you can come in the US and stay on the permanent basis. So they have been banned. But Tanzania and Sudan, they have only received a travel ban on one small item, on green card lottery. So for Tanzania, let me tell you something in case you didn't know. Each year, there are over 50,000 people win the green card lottery. But Tanzania, very few people win the lottery previously. So very few people are applying and very few people win. Tanzania, around maximum 10,000 are the one who apply for the green card lottery. And if they win a lot, is 250, 300. But my average is 100 to 200 people. They're the one winning. So the travel ban is affecting just 300 people in a country of 40 million. So you have to take that in perspective that this is a small travel ban. Compared to Nigeria, any immigrant visa. This is a travel ban only on one green card lottery. And remember, green card lottery, only 200 people, maximum 300 people from Tanzania are winning. That is different from Egypt or Ghana, where the applicants is just like at least 1 million people are applying, and they win at least 4,000 people. So that travel ban will be affecting a lot. But Tanzania is just 300 people, 200 people who are affected by the travel ban under the green card lottery. So the travel ban doesn't affect if you are traveling or you are applying to green card through marriage, you are applying green card through work, you are applying green card through family, whatever it is. It doesn't affect any other ways of getting immigrant visa or green card, only by marriage. But it also doesn't affect non-immigrant visa, tourist visa. It doesn't affect business visa. It doesn't affect student visa, religious visa, working visa, fiancé visa. It doesn't affect any of those visas. So it's a very tiny ban for Tanzania and Sudan. And why? Because one, Tanzania, they have a lot of these reasons why they can improve fast compared to other 4 countries, Tanzania and Sudan. What are those things I've been mentioning? I've been mentioning those 3 main areas. I mean, like we have a government already, which is in control of the territory. We have willingness, the good relationship between the US government and Tanzania. So all those 3 factors, they're already there. And to make it what I'm talking about, to make it to prove what I'm talking about, the US government, on the travel ban notice, it is written the following. 2 countries Sudan and Tanzania performed marginally better, and the US President Donald J. Trump decided to impose travel restriction on diversity visas only, not any other type, just diversity visas. This is a less severe sanction compared to the general restriction on immigrant visas. Immigrant visa general restriction on immigrant visas is for Nigeria and all other countries. Given the significantly fewer number of aliens affected, so they know that this is affecting Tanzania, just 200 people. But they want to make this a travel ban so that we can work on these areas, these things which they want. Which are the things they want? They want Tanzania or these countries to share electronic passport, to have electronic passport. They want to make sure that you have the information, to share the information if someone loses the passport, on theft, to report on Interpol. They want to share the examples of the passport in case you haven't done that one, so that they can be able to train to determine the fake passport, to share any criminal activities so that they can. Those are the things which Tanzania has to work and Sudan has to work, and that's why they get a very tiny restriction on immigrant visas. That's the reason. So don't bring a hypothetical that this is blah, 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 blah. Yes, we know there are so many other things. Each person has a different opinion, but this is from the government, US government. And personal, I believe the travel ban will be taken out within 6 months, very late, within a year. By the December, the travel ban will be gone. Why? Because there are very small things to work on and to be removed from the travel ban. And to prove what I'm talking about, the travel ban is not for forever, people. In original travel ban, March 2017, among the countries which were on the travel ban, Republic of Chad was one among the countries in the original travel ban. In April 2018, 1 year after the original travel ban of 2017, Chad, the Republic of Chad was removed. Why? Because they worked on the deficiencies they were supposed to work on. That's why it was removed. So, this one is not for forever. We are confident, from the website, we are confident in this tailored country-by-country approach. Why? Because it has already yielded improvements in foreign government identity management and information sharing. So what they want, US government, is the identity management and information sharing. Perhaps most notably, in April of 2018, the United States President removed the travel restriction imposed to the Republic of Chad. After Chad shared examples, improved the lost and stolen passport reporting, and deepened in the exchange of terrorism information, this country was removed from the list. This is a proof that countries are becoming safer and that we are rising the baseline of global security. So those are the things which are supposed to be working on. For example, two countries are sharing, the countries that have been travel ban. Two countries are sharing criminal information with the United States that they were not previously sharing. Two countries have begun or improved their reporting to Interpol. And 3 countries have provided examples of their passport to the United States. So if we work on all these 3-4 items, we'll be good to go. So that's why I want to make this video and lower down people's upsetness, craziness about Tanzania. We are going to do well and we are going to be removed from the travel ban very, very soon. So all people in Tanzania, please calm down. We are together on this one. We'll be out of the travel ban as soon as possible. Thank you, everyone. All the best, everyone. Goodbye. This is EBM.